He comes from a lineage of great sages, yogis, and saints from India. He began his spiritual journey at the age of 7 and was fully realized by the age of 14. During this time, he delved into different practices and acquired mastery over Tantra, Mantra, Yantra, Aghori practices, and Yaksha sadhana. He was a siddha, and many masters, saints, and sages used to visit him in solitude to gain wisdom and guidance from him since the tender age. Although he has been helping humanity since childhood, he never disclosed this part of him to the world, and only the advanced yogis and masters were aware of his divine presence. Only in the last 2 years he chose few people from the world and started guiding them in their spiritual paths, and those who have been closely associated with him have witnessed many miracles in his presence. Despite being a family person, he is a yogi and intends to help people entangled in this world achieve Jivan Mukti, liberation while being alive. He is truly in the world but not of the world, and if you really want to understand him, look him beyond his physical appearance and just sit with him, and you will never be the same again. In his presence you will transcend your body and mind and experience the state of Sat, absolute truth, Chit, pure consciousness, Ananda, eternal bliss. Let us fold our hands in front of his divinity and with a heart filled with gratitude and love welcome our spiritual guru, the realized soul, and our enlightened master, Guru Meenakshi Mishra.
असतो मा सद्गमया तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमया मृत्योर्मामृतं गमया सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। अहम ब्रह्मास्मि। So good evening everyone, and good morning to the people from the other side of the world. Welcome. So good to see you all. So welcome to your day. So we are ready. If you are ready with your questions, I am prepared with my answers there. So who is going to start today? Because it needs the starting point, and the starting point is you, not me. So that's where we speak of, right? There is no difference between you and me. So Sunday I start, Wednesday you people do. And if you don't start, I say, okay, so they have given me a holiday today. Oh, Janesh ji last time se abhi bhi hain. Chalo, let's start.
Yeah, Janesh ji, please unmute yourself. Pranam Gurudev.
Pranam Janesh ji.
गुरुदेव, ये संडे के सेशन में शिव का जो एक्सपीरियंस कहो या एक्सप्लेनेशन कहो या जो भी कहो, वो अप्रतिम था। अब प्रश्न ये है कि अगर ये सारी रचना माया ने की है, देवी ने की है खुद को एक्सपीरियंस करने के लिए, तो जब मैं कहता हूँ कि ये माया झूठी है या ये माया बेकार है या ये गलत है, तो मैं उनकी अवहेलना नहीं करता?
बिल्कुल करते हो, क्यों नहीं करते हो?
क्योंकि मैं तो उनकी इच्छा के विरुद्ध जा रहा हूँ फिर।
बिल्कुल विरुद्ध जा रहे हो।
और मैं भी उनकी रचना हूँ।
बिल्कुल हो।
वो मेरे ही थ्रू एक्सपीरियंस कर रही है, तो मैं कैसे बोलूँ कि अभी तुम मेरे से एक्सपीरियंस करना छोड़ दो, अभी तुम मेरे से एक्सपीरियंस नहीं कर, मैं खुद का एक्सपीरियंस करूंगा, क्योंकि मैं
बिल्कुल।
मुक्त होना चाहता हूँ।
हाँ।
तो मैं मेरी माँ को सता नहीं रहा हूँ।
कितना अच्छा है नहीं? तो जनेश जी, वो कहते हैं ना कि इसे धर्म संकट कहते हैं। इधर खाई उधर कुआं, अगर नहीं निकले तो फंसे रहोगे, निकलने की कोशिश करोगे तो उनको बुरा लगेगा। क्या करोगे फिर?
वो
तो
तो
क्या
गुरु जी
सोचा है?
बताएंगे।
कौन सा रास्ता सोचा है वैसे आपने?
वो तो गुरु जी बताएंगे।
तो यही सवाल है।
हाँ।
अच्छा, तो सवाल को अगर एक लाइन में रखा जाए तो क्या ये ऐसे हो सकता है कि कैसे माया से निकला जाए बिना उनको
हाँ,
गुस्सा दिलाए? यही है ना?
गुस्सा से ज्यादा उन्होंने जब ये रचना की, और और ये सारी पूरा ब्रह्मांड जो रचा है, हमारे
हम्म।
ऋषि मुनि ने सोचा किया सब देखा, जब उन्होंने ये सब किया है, और
हम्म।
और मैं तो अगर एक कतरा हूँ और उनके पास इतना सारा नॉलेज है, तो मैं एक कतरा अगर ये सोचूं कि वह अरे तुमने जो सोचा है ठीक है, लेकिन अभी मेरे को ये नहीं मानता है, सो आई एम एक्चुअली not insulting, but there is no way they will have a bad intention for anybody.
ओके, चलो तो इसको ऐसे रखा जा सकता है कि माया से कैसे निकल जाए और उनको भी किसी भी तरीके से हम
हाँ।
क्या कहते हैं, आप एक शब्द इस्तेमाल की थोड़ी समय पहले आपने,
हाँ।
सो विदाउट मेकिंग हिम फील बैड और समथिंग लाइक दैट, कि वो
हाँ,
भी
बराबर।
उसकी रचना है, उसकी अवहेलना करने के बजाय।
अवहेलना नहीं
ये
चाहिए।
सही वर्ड है ना? सो
हाँ।
हाउ टू गेट रिड ऑफ दैट? ओके, तो शुरू करते हैं। पहले आपने एक शब्द इस्तेमाल किया अभी, उसको आई टेक दैट, आप कहते हैं कि मैं एक छोटा सा एक कण हूं, एक कचरा, आपने शायद वर्ड यूज किया,
कतरा, कतरा।
कतरा। सो इट इज स्मॉल स्पेक, दैट्स व्हाट यू मेंट, राइट?
Yes.
ओके। ओके, सो यहाँ शुरू करते हैं कि पहले ये समझना है कि ये जो माया है ये भी उसी की रचना है, और अगर वो उससे निकलने की कोशिश कर रहा है तो क्या उनकी अवहेलना होगी? तो ठीक है, अगेन विल गो बैक टू चाइल्डहुड डेज, बचपन का खेल। देखो, अभी हमारे टाइम में तो उतने ज्यादा नहीं हुआ करते थे, बट अभी जितने भी थीम पार्क्स है, अगर कभी भी आपको एक थीम पार्क में जाओगे, वहां पे भूल भुलैया भी होता है।
करेक्ट है।
करेक्ट है? तो भूल भुलैया क्यों बनाया गया था?
फॉर
Why?
मी टू एंजॉय द
ताकि
थ्रिल।
आप घूमो उसके अंदर जाके, राइट?
हाँ।
Okay, the meaning of bhul bhulaiya means that what do you call that in English, bhai? Hari bhai, what is that called in English? Merry go round? No, no, not merry go round. Merry go round is the circle that rotates. ये भूल
Maze, I think.
maze, maze,
हाँ.
maze. So when you go to a theme park, and why have they created maze? So that you can go inside that and experience that you are lost. कितना अच्छा है नहीं? Means you knowingly entering into that and then experiencing how you will feel when you are lost. कितना अच्छा व्यवस्था है देखिए। अब सोचो कि एक the person who built that, he built it for you, and when you entered into that maze also, you also started experiencing, you also started trying to find your way. आप अपना रास्ता ढूंढने की कोशिश करते हो, and anyhow you पूरी बुद्धि लगा के बाहर आने की कोशिश करते हो। किसी को समय लगता है, कोई जल्दी निकल जाता है, राइट?
करेक्ट।
जल्दी कौन निकल जाता है जानते हो? ये हरि भाई जैसे लोग।
करेक्ट।
हमारे जैसे लोगों को थोड़ा टाइम लगता है।
या बिल्कुल यही
रीच,
स्मार्ट।
हाँ, उनके हाइट के वजह से उनको रास्ता दिख जाता है पहले।
हाँ। हाँ।
सो व्हाट डज दैट मीन एग्जैक्टली? तो पहले इसको समझते हैं कि भूल भुलैया है, देयर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड एज ए मेज, एंड इट हैज बीन क्रिएटेड सो दैट यू कैन एक्सपीरियंस certain thing by going through that maze, and then you find your way out. कुछ लोग उसमें क्या करते हैं, वो रास्ता नहीं ढूंढ पाते। बच्चों को देखा होगा आपने, वो एक ही जगह बैठ जाते हैं, रोना शुरू करते हैं, दे स्टार्ट क्राइंग, राइट?
करेक्ट।
Where has everybody gone? Everybody has left me here and I just am lost here. Okay. And there are some daring souls. They will keep on going. They will come back to the same place, but again they will go and come back. Finally, there are some daring souls, those will find a way out. अच्छा, ये सब अगर एक बच्चा उसके अंदर जाता है और फंस के रह जाता है, is it good? अगर एक बच्चा उसके बाहर आ जाता है, if a child comes out of that maze, will the creator feel bad? अरे मैंने इतना अच्छा मेज बनाया था, तू निकल क्यों गया? Why did you come out? No, it is the entire game that you will get into it, you will get lost, and finally you have to come out. So how does the creator feels bad about the maze that he has created? जो माया में आपको फंसाने के लिए दिया गया है, आप जाते हो उसके अंदर because you are experiencing. Without that माया, ये जो जितना भी सारे चीजें आप देख पाते हो, can you even see those?
I agree, but if I insult and if I say कि नहीं ये सब बेकार है, ये सब ऐसा है, ये सब खराब है, ये है वो है, then I'm feeling that I'm insulting. हाँ, अगर मुझे क्रोध नहीं करना चाहिए, लेकिन मुझे सात्विक क्रोध आना ही चाहिए।
चलो, वेरी गुड। तो ये पहला वाला वो चीज समझ में आ गया आपको। If somebody has created, there is nothing wrong if somebody comes out of that. That is the way it has been designed. ये पहला है। सेकंड आता है कि when I'm saying माया बेकार है, ये कौन कहते हैं जानते हो? जिनको माया ने सबसे ज्यादा जकड़ रखा है। हम कभी नहीं कहेंगे माया बेकार है। माया इज एब्सोल्यूट एंटरटेनमेंट, एब्सोल्यूट एंटरटेनमेंट। मुझे आज तक उससे बेटर एंटरटेनमेंट मिला ही नहीं। एंड यू ऑल्सो चेक आउट इन योर लाइफ, लुक एट योर लाइफ, ऑल द पीपल, ऑल द ड्रामा, ऑल द थिंग्स हैपनिंग विथ यू, तो क्या है सब?
माया ही है।
मैं ये नहीं कह सकता कि तू बेकार है, तू हट जा यहाँ से। सी, इफ आई कीप ऑन सेइंग दैट, तो लेट अलोन उसको बुरा लगेगा नहीं लगेगा, मैं ही खुद परेशान हूं। आई एम लिटरली एंग्री विथ माई ओन सेल्फ। सो इज इट ओके टू गेट एंग्री विथ योर सेल्फ? नो। सो द एक्सेप्टेंस दैट देयर इज ए मेज एंड आई एम इनसाइड द मेज। आप जिस बारे में बात कर रहे हो ना, कुछ लोग कहते हैं कि माया को काट के निकल जाओ। ये जानते हो कौन से लोग हैं? You might have seen other children. They don't take the right path. They just go through the trees. They just enter into another tree, cross that, enter into that, again side it, enter into another path. Then what they are doing is they are not going through the maze. They are trying to find a straight way out.
Cheating.
But it is not easy because in that process they might hurt themselves. Yes or no?
Yes.
Because it is created in such a jam-packed way so that you cannot pass through. But if you are trying to pass through that, so इसीलिए when you are going through that, first and foremost thing, Maya is not bad.
Correct.
माया बुरी चीज नहीं है। बुरी किसके लिए है? जो उसमें फंसे हैं। The one who are ignorant of Maya are in that trap. But the one, अब मैं एक स्टेटमेंट बोलने जा रहा हूं आपको। For the awakened, Maya is a Devi, and for the ignorant, it is a place where they are bound. एक जो जागृत व्यक्ति है उनके लिए माया कुछ और नहीं, स्वयं देवी है।
मुझे वही बैठ से बोलता।
So how can you say like she is like this, she is like that? It's like saying काली को बोलना कि तू ऐसी क्यों है? Is it okay? So the case here is ये लोग जो when they start fighting that Maya is bad, Maya is neither good nor bad. It just is. आप कैसे कह सकते हो कि the person who is just your neighbor, he is good or bad? It depends. If he is good with you, he is good. But if he fights with you, he is bad. So the moment you start fighting, Maya becomes bad. But the moment you accept that this is the place of sorrow, so another statement. If you learn how to play Maya, with Maya, you become Krishna. And if you don't know how to play with Maya, you remain a human. तो जैसे कृष्ण ने उसको अपना के उसी के माया से खेल दिए. So now you are in this world. This world itself is a illusion, means यही माया है. When you are saying that this world is bad, Maya is bad, but do you say the same thing about yourself? कि मैं बुरा हूं? नहीं कहते हो. Why do you don't say that?
सही है.
See, you might be the most heinous person on this world, but still you will never think yourself as bad.
Absolutely.
That itself is Maya. That it is not even allowing you to see what you are. आप अच्छे हो, बुरे हो, क्या हो, ये भी बताने के लिए अलाउ नहीं करता, वो माया है. इसीलिए क्या कहते हैं कि माया को काटने की जरूरत नहीं है, माया को समझो. जैसे मैंने कहा, like just I said कि it is difficult for me to go through the maze, but easier for Hari Bhai because of his height. What does that mean? It is not the physical height. I am talking about the height of understanding. The one who does not have the understanding about Maya, he will be lost for a long, long time. But the one who has the height of Maya, अब सोचो, हर एक मेज में there is always a tall sitting arrangement done from where a person can see if something wrong is happening in that. है ना? हम वहीं बैठे हैं और हमको वही बुला रहे कि you come here, you sit here, and you see when you are sitting there, the entire maze looks like a simple walkway. So that is where your awakening plays a role. Means Maya is not bad. Maya is just the way the game is played. आप ये नहीं कह सकते कि मैं सांप सीढ़ी खेल रहा हूं तो सांप अगर मुझे खाए तो मैं सिर्फ आधा ही जाऊंगा, पूरा नहीं जाऊंगा नीचे. नहीं, मैंने देखा है जनेश जी, 2 बच्चे खेल रहे थे तो सांप खा लिया, बोला कि मेरा ना सिर्फ इधर तक ही रहेगा. वो बोला क्यों नहीं, नीचे जाना है. नहीं, सांप पूरा निगल नहीं पाया, आधे में रह गया है. So there are certain rules to play the game. There are certain ways. Means ये rules is what the Maya itself is. Again, you see, it is everything. Even without Maya, can Krishna do all his leelas?
No.
तो आप क्या हो? अगर आप माया में फंसे तो you are lost in Maya. लेकिन अगर आप माया को समझ गए, then you become a partner in crime with it actually. Then you start playing with that. आपने कभी भी सुना है मैं कहते हुए कि माया बहुत बुरी चीज है?
नहीं.
Ignorance about Maya is a bad thing.
Agree. और गुरुजी सॉरी, इसी वजह से सेकेंडरी फीलिंग ये आई कि ये जो भी है, जो जिसको हम बोलते हैं काम, क्रोध, लोभ, मत्सर, ये वगैरह, अगर मैं ध्यान से गीता पढ़ता हूँ या कृष्ण को देखता हूँ या ये करता हूँ, तो देयर इज अ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग फीलिंग कि ये सारी भी अनुभव के लिए देवी ने क्रिएट की. लेकिन इसको सात्विक रूप में अगर करते हो, अगर मैं अज्ञानता में उसमें फंसने की चांसेस ज्यादा, इसके लिए सारे लोग बोलते कि इसको अवॉइड करो.
There comes the
उसमें फंसने चांसेस ज्यादा है. बाकी सात्विक तो होना ही चाहिए ये चीज.
Absolutely agreed, Janesh ji. देखो, see, all these things have a कैसे कह सकते हो, like there is something called as liquor, right? If you take it, it intoxicates you, and there is a very, very high chance that you will get addicted to that.
True.
So that's why it is said you should never step into a space from where it is very difficult to return. माया में भी ये सब सारे चीजें हैं. इसके वजह से अगर देखो, अगर ये सारे चीजें नहीं होती ना, तो 4 जो हमारे जीवन के 4 स्थितियां बनाए गए हैं ना, वो भी नहीं बनाए जाते. उसके अंदर जो गृहस्थ है वो गृहस्थ बनाता ही नहीं वो. Now just think of if everyone stops and just follows and leaves all these things away. Can the creation sustain? There won't be any creation. The sustenance of the creation itself will be at risk. मतलब खेल खत्म जो. It's all done. So आपने जैसे कहा, it is absolutely right. You should be very, very careful of certain things that might divert you from the ultimate to this gross. जो आपको ये स्थूल में बांध के रख दे, उससे बचना चाहिए. इसीलिए ये सारे चीजों को बताया गया कि ये मार्ग में मत जाओ. So these things you should be very careful of. ये, and you see, even somebody has gone into that also. उस मार्ग से भी निकालने का मार्ग बताया गया ना,
हाँ
तभी जाके अघोर पंथ बना.
सही है.
Right? So that even if somebody has gone downtrodden himself, but still, if he wants to come out, there is still a pathway. So can you see, ultimately, it is not trying to keep you here. It is just trying you to experience whatever is there and come out of it. So the problem is not Maya. The problem is ignorance. Because if I don't know, if I don't understand, then there is a chance of me losing myself. But Maya भी अपना खेल अच्छा खेली है. इतने, for so many lifespans, you have gone through that and you are still here asking, नहीं, उनको बुरा तो नहीं लगेगा. See this, you have to understand one thing and accept it. It is the entire design. You have to come into it. You have to play. You have to get lost in that. You have to, again, what you have to do, you have to take the experience, then realize that I am not belonging here, then you will find your way out. इनके 5 शक्तियां क्या है? इच्छा शक्ति. It can create. Second, it will forget. Third, it will seek. Fourth, it will find. वापस मिल जाएगा. That is exactly what the Maya is doing here. Maya आपको allow कर रही है कि you have to forget. Maya is allowing you to experience this world. Maya is something like, I'll again go back and give the same example. You might have seen, like in movies, on epic movies, एक शहर के अंदर जाने के लिए, if in order to get into a city, they have big doors, right?
Yes.
They, just before entering, there is a big, like, river or something, or they have dig it very,
Tunnel बनाई रहती है जिसपे ब्रिज
right?
रहता है
So
जिसपे
that nobody can just cross over. So when the door is closed, it becomes like a jail to you. You cannot go out. But when the door is open, that only becomes the bridge for you to cross over. बिल्कुल ऐसा ही है. माया जब आप उसमें जकड़े गए हो, it is just like when it is like closed, you are like bound in it. But the moment you open that doorway, it becomes a bridge for you to cross over. ये एक ही चीज है. That binds you and also becomes the gateway for your.
तो मतलब ज्ञान भी वही देती है जो मेरे को बोलती है कि तू अज्ञानी है, और मैं खुद भी बोलता हूँ कि सी आई एम इग्नोरेंट.
अब देखिए जनेश जी, just like darkness and light exist together. तो जहां पे उजाला है वहां पे अंधेरा रहेगा, जहां पे अंधेरा है वहां पे उजाला रहेगा. It is a possibility there. तो जहां पे आप ये कहते हो ना अज्ञानता है, वहीं पे भी ज्ञान का अंकुरित होना स्वाभाविक है. अंत ही आरंभ है, इसीलिए कहता है वो. The moment what you think is the end is just the beginning of that. तो जब it is just like that, no, you remember our pencil experiment? Yes. If you pull the one side, the other side comes, means they both exist together. जहां पे ज्ञान है वहां पे अज्ञानता रहेगी, जहां पे अज्ञानता है वहां पे ज्ञान रहेगा. अब फॉर एग्जाम्पल, देयर इज ए पर्सन, बड़ा अज्ञानी है वो, उसको कुछ भी नहीं पता, ठीक है, बट वो तो अज्ञानता में है कि उसे कुछ भी नहीं पता. लेकिन ज्ञान क्या है? जो ज्ञानी है उसमें अंदर उसको ज्ञान देख सकता है. अरे तू ये नहीं समझ पाता तू कौन है, लेकिन बनाया तो तुझे उसी ने है ना. द सेम ज्ञान इज देयर इटसेल्फ. सो जनेश जी, Maya, as I said, is a wonderful entertainment system created by God for you only. अपने लिए नहीं बनाया, आपके लिए बनाया है. बस एक ही बात जो हम कहते हैं ना कि माया बुलाती है, जाने का नहीं. So whenever it calls, देखो बड़े मजे से, ना, wow, wonderful drama today. है ना?
वरना वो रावण बना के भी निपटा देगी।
फिर भी she can do anything, na? She is just there to make sure you are just enjoying the game to the maximum. That's it. आपको जितनी अनुभूतियां देनी है सब दे देगी वो, बोले कि लेके जाओ। आई हैव नेवर सीन ए बेटर गिवर देन हर एक्चुअली। वो सब कुछ देते थे, ये लो ये लो ये लो।
गुरुजी इतने सालों में इतना सब प्रयत्न करने के बाद आई एम सिंसियरली थैंकफुल टू ऑलमाइटी एंड टू यू, जो आपने अभी जितनी पिछले 2 सालों में जो भी आपके साथ से जो भी साधना हो रही है, आई एम able to see this as well as experience this with ease rather than applying my mind, and this is amazing, this is amazing। और मैं ये 100% कह सकता हूँ दिस इज अमेजिंग, बिकॉज जब मैं कोई दृष्टांत पढ़ता हूँ, शास्त्र पढ़ता हूँ, और मैं देखता हूँ कि people have to go through so much of rigmarole to understand that small fact, and you have created this thing with ease। तो ये भी कहीं ना कहीं, लेकिन माया ने प्रभाव में भी, माया ने खुद ने ही खुद का रास्ता बताया, बस मैं तो ऐसा मानता हूँ।
That's how it is, Janesh ji. It is the same water that drowns you, allows you to swim and float. ये वही जल है।
सही।
Check. Okay. Thank you Janesh ji। तो माया बुरी चीज नहीं है,
खाली जाने का नहीं बस।
yes. Thank you। Okay, so Aditi ji, please unmute।
हर हर महादेव।
हर हर महादेव।
मेरा सवाल, महादेव आप हमेशा बोलते रहते हो कि महादेव तो ही इज ऑलवेज बीन द नाउ, वो हमेशा वर्तमान में रहते हैं, कभी भविष्य में नहीं और भूतकाल में नहीं। इसीलिए अक्सर जब मेडिटेशन में रहते हैं तो ही इज ऑलवेज इन दैट नाउ। तो मुझे पहले ये उसका उद्देश्य समझना है कि बीइंग द नाउ, ये स्थिति में रहने का एक्चुअल रियल उद्देश्य क्या है, मीन्स किस लिए रहना है। मीन्स जब हम लोग मेडिटेशन करते हैं और उस स्थिति में लीन हो जाते हैं, जैसे हम लोग फ्रैक्शन ऑफ सेकंड के लिए एटलीस्ट, बट जब वो स्थिति में आ जाते हैं, जब ऐसा कह सकते हैं कि परम तत्व में विलीन हो रहे हैं, या फिर उस मिनट के लिए हम उसमें विलीन हो रहे हैं, तो ये स्थिति कायम रखने के लिए हम लोगों को, मीन्स जब भी हम लोग 24 आवर्स में मेडिटेशन नहीं कर रहे, तो उस समय ये स्थिति में रहने के लिए मीन्स क्या करना पड़ेगा। मीन्स मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि वो स्थिति में जब हम रहते हैं तो हर एक भाव से और हर एक चीज से हम लोग उसके बियॉन्ड जाते हैं। वहां पे निराकार निर्गुण ऐसा वो भाव, वो स्थिति रहती है। तो अगर हम लोग जाप कर रहे तो कॉन्शियसली भी जाप किया, इस जाप में हम लोग पूरा कॉन्शियसली उसको वो नाम जो है वो ले लिया, तो फिर वो उसमें वो स्थिति नहीं है ना महादेव, उसमें तो कोई तो भाव तो होगा या शब्द तो रह जाते हैं। इट्स माय अंडरस्टैंडिंग, यू प्लीज मेक इट क्लियर। तो जाप में वो भाव, कुछ तो भाव होता है। आप जैसे हम लोग वीर भाव से कोई जाप करते, कोई सात्विक भाव से है, तो ये जो भी पूजा प्रक्रियाएं है, इसका असर अलग है, बट उस समय हम लोग उसकी प्रार्थना करते हैं, वो बात अलग है। बट बीइंग द नाउ, इसका स्पेसिफिकली उद्देश्य क्या है?
ओके ओके, चलो। So Aditi, so I'll ask you a few questions in order to answer your question. Okay, so let us start. When will you go to Kedarnath?
practically I don't know. जब बुलावा आएगा तब जाऊँ.
So Hari bhai, please keep her onto the screen. Actually, people could not see her response. हाँ, तो कब जाओगे आप? कब जाओगे आप केदारनाथ?
जब बुलावा आएगा.
Now,
आप
how many
plan
of you see the expression on her face? Okay. Okay. Chalo. Do you feel good about that when I asked you? कब जाओगे?
yes.
You just liked it or you were just thinking, अरे कब मेरे को भी नहीं पता, आप बोलो. This was the both na. One thing that you are happy that you will go, but at the same time you are sad because you don't know when.
I'm not sad actually, but I'm waiting now since long.
Look at your face, we can say that.
But you touch
Given
my
a chance
weak
now, if
point.
given a chance
You are
now,
talking about my weak point then.
if given a chance now,
Of course I will go. I'm always ready.
if I say, okay, for the next 10 years, you cannot.
I know that you will not say like that.
हाँ, can you see you are frightened? कि अगर मैंने बोल दिया और ऐसा हुआ तो बड़ी मुश्किल हो जाएगी आपको. Can you see in this moment, by the name of Kedarnath, you are happy, but by the thought of the future, whether you can go or not, you are sad. Future ने क्या किया आपके साथ?
Help, Maya.
Maya, it created a distance. If you close your eyes right now, can't you see that same place?
Of course.
Of course. When? In the past or in the future are you seeing it?
You know?
In the now. So similarly, if I say I will meet God someday, but there is no date. And it depends how much pull I have towards him. If I have a very severe pull, it would be a heartache for me just to wait for 2 more minutes. Yes or no? But can you see that 2 minutes is just a future thing, but that 2 minutes is also not easy to pass through. Future will create that distance between you and your God, you and your happiness. Very simply said. आपके दुखों का कारण भी क्या है बताओ एक बार. Again go back to your past. कि मेरे साथ ऐसा हुआ या मैंने ऐसा किया, इस वजह से ये हुआ. Can you see again when you are in the past, you are thinking about something which has already gone. You cannot bring it back and rectify it. I don't say there are not good things that has happened in your life. I'm very much aware of it. Now let us go to your past and talk of something. The moment you went through a pain and after that you saw Srinidhi for the first time in your hands, you were holding her. What happened to that pain that you went through? Was it there? In that moment, what did you felt for the first time when you were holding your daughter in your hand for the first time? What was your feeling?
Still a careful person.
Doesn't it felt like completeness in you? That wow. It is not like just giving birth. It is like holding something that a life has come out of you. See, there are very, very few moments in our life when we awake or we are in the perfect present moment. When we are completely awake or in the perfect present moment, nothing in this world can compare with that happiness. The pain was not easy, but it just vanished like this. And it's not only you. I'm also talking to the males for the first time when they hold their kid in their hands. How do they feel? That very moment, it feels as if the world has stopped. Everything comes to a standstill. Means it is not in the past. It's not in the future. It is right now here. You were so present in that moment that you remember that moment for eternity. You cannot, even if you try, you cannot forget that experience that you had, right? And that's where I say, the moment you are present completely in that moment, the kind of happiness that will come out of you is not compared with anything in this world. किसी के साथ compare नहीं किया जा सकता. But the problem with us is, the only happiness that we know is intoxication, not awakening. इसीलिए मैं क्या करता हूं, I click on Google Netflix. It opens up. Then I am lost in it for 4 hours. Why did I get lost in that for 4 hours? When I know it is all drama, it is all created, it's all stories. Despite that, and in that moment, if somebody calls me, how do I feel? चैन से बैठ के मूवी भी देखने नहीं देते लोग. They don't even allow me to see the movie completely. You fight or not? I have seen fighting across for the remote. The universal fight in every house, especially if there are brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
We used to have a Rohini Deluxe TV. It used to come with a door on it. I used to lock it and run away with the key. तू रिमोट लेके बैठ, मैं चाबी लेके जाता हूं. The universal fight. Can you see? The only thing that we know is intoxication. That's why we don't want to awake. That's why many people love to sleep. That's why many people go for intoxicated products. That's why many people just go get themselves lost in shopping. Later on, they cry on that bill. That is another story. Some people cry after 40 days or 35 days. Why? क्योंकि तब क्रेडिट कार्ड का बिल आता है. So can you see, all these things that we are trying to do is we are trying to accumulate small little happiness, expecting that when I buy this, someday this will give me a happiness. Let's say right now you went to a shop for your birthday dress. You bought it. You liked it very much, but you cannot wear it right now. Problem is, you want to look your best on your birthday, not today. You are postponing your happiness. Why can't you wear it now? Because I think certain things are only kept for certain days. उस दिन के लिए रखा. That's where, can you see, again, when I put it for the future, I am postponing my happiness. But in the moment, right now, as I said, when you were holding your kid in your hand, how did you felt in that moment? Were you thinking about whether you can go to Kedarnath or not? Were you thinking शिव आपके साथ है या नहीं है? Were you thinking मैं जाप माला सही पकड़ के जाप कर रही हूं नहीं कर रही हूं? क्या आपको ये याद था कि मैं खाना अच्छा बनाती हूं नहीं बनाती हूं? क्या आपको याद था कि मेरे घर वाले मेरे बारे में क्या सोचते, मेरे पड़ोसी मेरे बारे में क्या सोचते? Were you thinking all this? No, you were not thinking any damn thing in this world. You were just happy holding that piece of God in your hand. Can you see, you are still feeling that? But there is no past, there is no future. Even if you are thinking about the future, you are thinking in the present. If you are thinking about the past, you are thinking in the present. So there is no past, there is no present. All that is the now. Because when the future will happen, it will also happen in the now. And when the past has happened, it also happened in the now. So there is nothing called as a past and a future. That is illusion. So that means if you want to live in illusion, you will never experience the truth. What is the definition of Shiva? Satyam Shivam Sundaram. The truth is the first word. But when I am lost in the illusion of past and future, that does not exist, that itself creates it, it's a false. It will never happen. और उसी के चक्कर में हम प्रेजेंट को भूल जाते हैं. So when I ask you to be in the present, that means I want you to be in that space. Remember how you absolutely, आपने कोई माया को नहीं काटा, you didn't break through anything, you just were there holding your daughter in your hand for the first time. Right? The same must have happened to your parents also. Right? So can you see, like that moment, if I awake like that again in a moment, which generally आपने जैसे कहा कि when you go into meditative states at certain times you reach to that space, आप उस जगह को छू लेते हो जहां पे आपको लगता है कि आपने परमात्मा को छू लिया, या तो ऐसे कह सकते हो कि परमात्मा ने आपको छू लिया. So whichever way it is, but in that moment you are not complaining, you are not thinking, you are not even creating the distance of the future and the past. You are just now here. So what is the importance of being in the now? Because you can only experience everything in the now. And just check your mind. If you just sit in that room without thinking anything, अब जाके क्या करना है, किसने क्या कहा था, घर में बैठी हूं, बाहर बैठी हूं, एसी चल रहा है, नहीं चल रहा है, बारिश हो रहा है, नहीं हो रहा है. If you just discard all these things and just sit here right now, just like this, with yourself, without any drama, without any story, without any question, without any answer. Now tell me if you don't feel the same experience right now. So you can get lost in the Maya, postpone the things and be sad, or you can just accept yourself that you are already at home and your Kedarnath appears within you. ये दूरी और मजबूरी, ये सब आगे की बातें हैं. हम तो इसी पल मस्त हैं अपने शिव के साथ. So when do you feel this happiness? You want to postpone this happiness? It's up to you. ये आपकी choice है. I don't want to postpone my happiness in any way. That's why I say I'm not just waiting for it. I'm just sitting on it. मैं किसी भगवान का इंतजार नहीं कर रहा हूं, मैं उसके ऊपर ही बैठा हूं, उसके गोद में ही बैठा हूं मैं अभी. What to say?
I'm already doing it.
Now just remember the same thing that I said to Kamlender ji. ये same door है. It can open the pathway for you as a bridge, or it can make you a prisoner for it. So what is the power of the present? The power of the present is I am myself, and my true self is Sat Chit Anand. I am the eternal truth. That is the eternal thing that has been going on since starting and will be there till the end. And at the same time, I am not just an irritated being that has been eternally staying here. I am absolute pure bliss. I am the truth. लोग कहते हैं सच कड़वा होता है, मैं कहता हूं आप जो सच हो ना वो सबसे मीठा है. The truth that you are is the sweetest. And that's where इसीलिए कहा जाता है सच्चित आनंद. ये नहीं तो कहा जाता कि सच्चित तीखा, ये नहीं कहा गया, सच्चित आनंद कहा गया. So when you are here right now, in this moment, can anything divert you from your true self, from that eternal bliss that you are? We only create the distance and are sad. That's it. So where do you find your happiness? Where do you find your liberation? Where do you find yourself? Where do you find the one that you are seeking?
Right here, right now, in everything.
So,
Do the practice.
so if you look at this moment and you say, right now, I am absolutely there. You just say this to yourself and you see what happens to you. You cannot stop your smile here. So is there a greater proof that in the present moment it is all happiness? Because all that is, it is just eternally flowing off. एक छोटी सी बात बताता हूँ. There was one fellow who goes to a monk and asks, like, I don't know, like, I keep on fighting with people, this world is not treating me well, I want to be a good person and all this stuff is going on. What to do? How to be calm and quiet always? Then he says, okay, so he looks into his eyes and feels like he's a true, genuine seeker. Then the monk says, okay, let's walk. And he takes him to a river. And the river is flowing continuously with a great current. And when the river is flowing, there are stones also in, it's not a very depth river, so stones are still visible. So the monk says to this person, what do you see? He says, the water is splashing through the rocks. It is having a great current. He says, no, not only that. Look carefully. When he looks carefully, what he sees is there is a small fish who is still swimming in that water. वो जल में तैर रहा है. And so what did you see? He says, I see the current is too huge. It is splashing on the rocks, but the fish is swimming happily. He said, what does that mean? उसका मतलब क्या है? The meaning is very simple. You can be a rock and get splashed. You can be a fish and you can swim in the same circumstances. What do you choose? And this small little fish, being a small little fish, it can still swim on the opposite direction of the waves. What do you want? Because, you know why? Because this small little fish is not fighting with the water, neither is angry with the water. लेकिन हम गुस्से में आ जाते हैं. अगर हमारा रास्ता किसी ने रोका, we become angry, but just see the fish. It is swimming without anger. It is not fighting with the water. It says it's your job to flow. It's my job to swim. I have never seen an angry fish over water, but we do. And when we get angry, we don't change anything about the water. We change a lot about us. Because in our anger, we don't speak about the other person. We speak about ourselves. So what should we do? We can be a rock, good, strong, steady. Try to stop the water. Water will anyway find a way and go. खाली आप बीच में रुके रहोगे. You are not going anywhere. It is flowing. And with time, the water will even cut down on the rock. पानी बहता रहेगा, पत्थर को काटता रहेगा. पत्थर को पता भी नहीं चलेगा. पत्थर को लगता है कि मैं तो बड़ा शक्तिशाली हूं, मैं तुम्हें रोक लूंगा. कहां रोकोगे? So, Aditi ji, are you understanding that in life, these are the things that will happen? But I am just going to be in the now. How to stay there throughout the day? Find your path. Means, how to find your path? Choose that you will never be unhappy from this moment. You remember long time ago I said, keeping you happy is your permanent job, nobody else's. It's your permanent job. ये आपका कार्य है कि आप अपने आप को खुश रखो. Not other people. Other people will not come to make you happy. They will come just to check whether you are really happy. You see, electricians come and वो एक लेके आता है, वो देखता है करंट है कि नहीं. लोग वैसे ही लेके आते हैं आपके पास, देखते हैं कितना करंट है. सच में has this person really changed sitting for 2 years in a satsang? Let's test. और जैसे ही एक लगाता है, धड़ करके करंट लगता है. अरे सत्संग, Gone. You should be thankful to those people, you know. They are making you realize that you are not changing. You should be so happy about those people. उनके वजह से आपको पता चलता है कि आपके अंदर करंट है. And there is a beautiful saying, Aditi ji. Even if you are a wire, make sure current is passing through you, or else people will put their clothes to dry. अगर तार भी हो ना, याद रखना उसके अंदर करंट फैलना चाहिए. अगर करंट नहीं जा रहा तो लोग उसके ऊपर कपड़े सुखा देते हैं. So be very careful with that. So how much current? That much is needed. What is that current doing? The current should do the work of my life. What am I doing? I am the wire. Fireproof, waterproof, current proof. And how do you remember to be that always? If you sell yourself to the divine. अगर आपने अपने आप को बेच दिया तो आपका रहा क्या जिसको लेके आप परेशान होंगे? जिस दिन देखा मैंने तुझे पहली बार, बेमोल बिक गया बिना कोई मोल दिए. So that very moment means the moment of this space of happiness. The moment I experience this happiness, I said, I'm not going to bargain this space of happiness with anything in this world. No barter system, no business, nothing doing. I choose to be this. The moment you choose to be that, there will be more people coming and testing you. Because now the moment you say you are a saint, then only people come and test you, right? आप बोलोगे मैं एक नॉर्मल सा इंसान हूं, मेरे को क्या आता है? Nobody comes to you. But the moment you declare something, people come to test you. So that means if you are saying that Aham Brahmasmi, people will say, show me your 4 hands, 5 heads. But that's where all these things will happen. I should be intelligent enough to know that these things will happen to me. Because now I am going against the current. And how to stay in this space? Become that fish. Don't fight. You can still swim across the river. माया के पार चले जा सकते हो. And still you find your happiness. That means, what is the story of the fish? Dekho, current is the Maya. Current are the people. But water is the God in which you are swimming. Ab socho, what did I said? Are you getting that? कि ये दुनिया का जो भी प्रॉब्लम है, whatever problem that hits me, I'm still okay with it because I am swimming in the divine itself. Do you need to remember how to swim as a fish?
No.
But there will be few monkeys. There is another statement. One day, one monkey was sitting and bringing out the fish out of the water. Somebody asked, what are you doing? I am saving the fish from drowning. ऐसे लोग भी हैं. So there will be people like that. Those who will try to bring you out of that divine. Hey, कुछ नहीं होता ये सब, बाहर निकल. Because they have not experienced what you are experiencing. So this very moment, what you have to do is only one thing. Sell yourself away. बेच दो अपने आप को. And when I sold myself, my meager little happiness to him, when I sold this small little property of mine that I thought to be mine, the entire world became mine. The entire happiness that is became mine because I never knew that I was just happy about a drop when the ocean was waiting for me. And I sold myself off. कब बेचोगे अपने आप को? Now just think of this. The moment you think even to sell yourself off to the divine, did you get anything in return? Even asking, you got it. The happiness that dances within you. It does not wait for some other day to come. The moment you say that, it appears. अब बोलो आप दुखी हो? अच्छा, वो कौन सा गाना बज रहा है आपके अंदर अभी? What is that song?
क्या करेगा लेके?
Which song?
क्या वो करेगा लेके?
क्या वो करेगा लेके चढ़ावा, आंख मूंद के बैठा है. Okay. But how do I know that there is a song going within you? It's very simple, Aditi. It is not magic. It's absolutely, if you are in that space, music appears, dance happens within you. इसी से पता चल जाता है कि whether you are just trying to do something or the divine has started dancing within you. If it is raining within you, if the dance is just happening within you, if you are not able to stop your smile, I believe that's where the divine has entered you. Then why do I smile? Craziness. Yeah. Why not? So Aditi ji, now coming to the mantras.
Before going to that, ऐसा नहीं है कि पहले ये ग्रुप ज्वाइन करने से पहले जैसे इंटरेक्शंस था हमारे लोगों के साथ या फिर परसेप्शन और देखने का नजरिया था सिचुएशंस को, मींस वो टोटली चेंज हुआ है. आई रियली डोंट मींस केयर अबाउट, मींस केयर ऐसा नहीं, बट वो चीजें होती है पर वो यहाँ तक नहीं जाती है कहीं भी. इट्स लाइक शील्ड. वो आपने जैसे बोला है ना, एक मिरर के जैसा, वो बस रिफ्लेक्ट होके चला जाता है. आजकल आई कैन मैनेज दैट, मींस वो हो रहा है. आई नीड नॉट टू मैनेज, इट्स हैपनिंग. लाइक वो जस्ट जाता है. बस मुझे वही समझना था कि वो बी इन द नाउ मींस आंख बंद कर लिया तो वो हो ही जाता है वैसे. बस मुझे ऐसा लगता कि मींस वो मेडिटेशन में जो कुछ समय के बाद हम लोग वो स्थिति में जाते हैं, तो एवरी टाइम हम मेडिटेशन नहीं करते, तो वो वही स्थिति में आते हैं या कुछ अधूरा इनकम्प्लीट हो जाता है. जस्ट दैट.
चलो, वो इतना भरोसा करता है कि आंख मूंद के बैठा है. He believes, he trusts so much that he has closed his eyes, right? So now just think of this. See, if I still have that belief or faith, or I feel that how can I be happy always? How can I sustain that? If I sit, I close my eyes, I'm there. ये ऐसा कौन सा भगवान होता है जो आंख बंद करने से ही दिखाई देता है? I don't believe in that God. If you only see a God when you close your eyes, I don't believe that God. I say my God should be visible whether my eyes are open or closed. Now, if you have that image with you that whether you close your eyes or your eyes are open, all that you see is the divine. Now tell me when you can be sad. मैं हमेशा केदारनाथ में ही हूं. दुखी हो सकता हूं मैं, बताओ. अगर दुखी हुआ केदारनाथ जाके भी, that means that is not the ultimate that I was seeking. Now what do? You do mala, you do mantras, you do meditation, right? Now you asked a particular question, कि when a certain person is doing a mantra, what should be the way of doing that? वो शायद वीर भाव से कर रहा हो, या चुप रह के कर रहा हो, या तो मन के अंदर कर रहा हो, या तो अजापा जाप चल रहा हो. See, mantra is mana trayate mantra. मतलब जो मन के पार लेके चला जाए वो मंत्र होता है. मन त्रयते मंत्र. मतलब मन क्या होता है? जो मन आपको विचलित करता है, वो विचलित अवस्था से, the thing that is deviating you from that, the one thing that takes you beyond that is a mantra. And the next thing is, we don't understand the meaning, the power behind any mantra. See, all the mantras that are there, they are nothing else but Shakti herself. इसलिए जो शब्दावली है, the words that are there in the Sanskrit language, उसे मात्रिका कहते हैं. What does it a matrika means? Matrika means the manifested power of the goddess. So we don't even understand that every single word, right? Every single word has a meaning to that, a power to it. वो particular देवी या देवता को represent करता है. As we don't know that, we use it very simply. हम जैसे बस आँख बंद कर, it goes on. No, if you believe that you are not just saying or uttering a word, you are invoking a deity. How will you do the job?
नहीं, जैसे आपने बोला महादेव,
Okay.
जो अगर बटुक का जाप कर रहे हैं तो अब पहले ये जाप करने के टाइम याद करना पड़ता था कि हाँ बटुक, हाँ उसका कैसा रूप है, ये हाथ में क्या है, बट नाउ इट्स ऑटोमेटिकली इट्स कमिंग. वो जैसे दर्शन देने आ जाता है, ऐसे ये जस्ट अपीयर. उसको याद करने की भी जरूरत नहीं, बस वो आ जाते हैं. any god, not only about, I'm talking not only about बटुक, but पहले मुझे वो सब मन में लाना पड़ता था. अगर सरस्वती का जाप है तो हाँ ऐसा व्हाइट साड़ी, वो सब अब वो आ जाते हैं. और कभी कभी तो ऐसा लगता है कि आई एम नॉट डिफरेंट फ्रॉम देम. That's the thing.
So that is a good thing, na? See, whenever, that's what you should all remember. जब भी हम मंत्र का जाप करते हैं ना, whenever we do a jap of mantra, it is like creating a sculpting or creating the divine itself. Where? Not outside, within. So जब आप उस मंत्र को वैसे जाप करने लगोगे, that as if I'm awakening that deity within myself. किसी बाहर के वस्तु के लिए नहीं करते हैं, अपने अंदर के लिए करते हैं. So the moment you start constructing that, how will you do it? Let's say you are constructing a very, very amazing thing. Will you look there and put a brick here? Will you look there, put another brick there? You won't. So when you are doing this as a mantra, you should always be aware of that mantra.
Yes.
It should not become a habit. अगर habit बन गया है, it will convert itself into a japa jap. That is another thing. लेकिन जब मैं माला लेके बैठती हूँ, I should be aware of every single bead rolling.
That is the same thing. Is that is also being in now.
Yes. So where you cannot think of tomorrow and think of
Yes.
Shiva right now.
Yes. Yes. हाँ, तो मेरा सवाल ये नहीं था महादेव कि वो पर्टिकुलर माला का वो बीड, उसके ऊपर जब हम जाप करते हैं, उसका जो बीन नाउ मोमेंट का जो स्थिति है वो और मेडिटेशन वाला, these are different, but we are in now.
Okay.
Right.
So you
ऐसा
see,
ये है.
in meditation, you are not doing anything. In mala jap, you are still doing something and trying to touch that space. That's the difference. So what is the best way? The best way is not doing. but your mind is something that cannot not do. उसे कुछ ना कुछ करना ही है. तो क्या करोगे? जाप करो. देखो, there are two ways. One is the way of Shiva, the other is the way of Shakti. The way of Shakti says, do everything that you can. जाप करो, माला करो, पानी चढ़ाओ, बेलपत्र चढ़ाओ, ये चढ़ाओ, वो चढ़ाओ, पूजा करो. You do all that. अश्वमेध यज्ञ कर दो. But Shiva says, in a moment, when there was a discussion between Shiva and Parvati, after telling all the rules and regulations, Parvati finally asks, what if somebody cannot do all these things? Then Shiva simply says, then he will come to me. Then Parvati asks, like, then what all you are telling about what was whom? No, it was all your way. He said, why that? Ab dekho, whatever I'm going to tell you will give you a shock. Be ready for that. क्योंकि शिव ने कहा कि इसके बाद जो मैं बताने जा रहा हूं, what all they did is all because of you, not because of me. It looked like they were doing the puja of me, but because of you. Because मैंने तुझे प्राप्त करने के लिए कोई पूजा नहीं की, मैं सिर्फ ध्यान कर रहा था. तूने मुझे प्राप्त करने के लिए. And realizing the path of Shakti, why is it said the path of Shakti is a very elaborated path? हजारों युग तक पत्ता खा के जल के बिना धूप में बैठ के काली हो गई, तब जाके शिव मिले. वो शक्ति का पाथ है. शिव क्या कर रहे थे? शिव कहते हैं तुम किधर भी घूम जाओ, like wherever you go, wherever you want to do, whatever you want to do. I will just sit here because I know you will come back. तो शिव का मार्ग आसान है या शक्ति का? इसीलिए शिव के उपाय को अणुपाय कहते हैं. अणुपाय मतलब नो वे, कोई उपाय ही नहीं है जिसका. देयर आर नो पाथ, देयर इज नो वे. दैट इज व्हाट इज कॉल्ड एज अणुपाय. और अणुपाय जो है, शिव कहता है तू बस बैठ जा और मान ले तू शिव है. तो साक्षी पूछ रही है, इन बोथ द केसेस बोथ वेर मेडिटेटिंग, बट एट द सेम टाइम पार्वती ने शिव की कई सारे पूजाएं भी की है. 16 सोमवार का व्रत, अर्धचंद्र का व्रत, ये व्रत वो व्रत, जाके एक बार पढ़ो, आप देखोगे कितने व्रत कर रखी है उसने. और आज तक लोग वो व्रत कर रहे हैं. शिव ने कौन सा व्रत रखा था, एक दिन बताओ. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू नो दैट शिवा टुक ए फास्टिंग someday? That's where it says, Shiva says that you just sit and accept that you are Shiva, and that is enough. And it is the most easiest way and the toughest. Because you can sit, you can shout, I am Shiva. But if you don't feel you are Shiva, then gone. That's why it is the easiest, where you don't have to do anything, but it is your mind which will not allow you to sit like that. That's why you take the path of Shakti. You ask Hari Bhai, in the beginning he used to do a lot of things. I actually took away everything from him. Ask him, he's just here. But then everything came back. The path of Shiva, the path of Shakti. Because when I said, you just sit, then people got frightened. मैंने एक चीज कहा था अदिति जी, you can digest my words, you cannot digest my silence. My silence will kill you. It's more dangerous. If you just sit with me anytime, and if I'm not talking and you are just sitting without asking anything, that moment you will experience something, because that moment it will feel like something is choking you. Because that is the moment when the truth appears and the falsified statements are discarded. Why do you think you come with so many questions, but the moment you are sitting in front of me, all your questions vanish? What's the reason? The reason is very simple. Because ultimately, I will make you silent. Can you just sit with me like this if I don't speak? Something so heavy starts moving within you that you will feel like, ye kya ho raha hai? That's my silence, which is heavier than my words. Learn that art. Anupay. I just sit here like Shiva. How do you feel?
Amazing.
So are you thinking about future going to
Nothing.
Kailash? Then, so where you should be?
So calm.
Stop postponing and stop creating the distance. What is available right now with me here? भाई हम अपना कैलाश साथ लेके घूमते हैं, जिस दिन उसको मिलना होगा वो बुला लेगा.
I'm not worried.
So are you meditating? See, you asked me a question in the beginning. Why I always say Shiva is in the now. Are you in the now?
Yes.
And if you are in the now, how do you feel?
So happy.
Can you see the choking? That's where Shiva is. ऐसा नहीं लग रहा नाच रहा है अंदर? Starts dancing.
It's my favorite way.
So kaha, like, where have you been seeking? Where have you been searching? Where have you been waiting? क्या परेशान हो जाते हो कि मेरे से माला नहीं हुई, मेरे से जाप नहीं हुआ, मेरे से ध्यान नहीं हुआ, मेरे से ये नहीं हुआ, मेरे से वो नहीं हुआ. वो सब शक्ति उपाय है. I know that at times you cannot. Then I say,
But last Sunday you make me free from that. Like you said, go at your space. That cleared my path that day. I don't know. I just want to stay in this moment.
so can you sustain this?
So
Choose.
I like this one.
Always dipped and marinated in divine. That's it. He wraps me around like my skin. That's it. He flows like the blood in my vein. It dances within me like my breath. Go, enjoy. Jai Kedara.
I don't know how he always inside me. He can always feel it.
Because there is no difference between you and me. That's it. Go enjoy. Enjoyment का मतलब रोना नहीं होता है. But I know. I said no, like when the moment the divine enters you, he squeezes your heart so tightly that all that sorrowfulness is no more has a space to stay there. They flow out. And all that fills your heart is itself. उसने मुझे इतना भर दिया है कि मैं खाली हो गया हूं. और कल सुबह का रील सुन लेना. You'll be so amazed. चलो. So Aditi, did I answer your questions? I believe.
Very generous.
मैं तो आपके रोना देख के रेवती जी भी रोना शुरू कर दिया मुझे लगता है. Good.
It's ecstasy.
Thank you.
It's not crying.
No, this is not crying. I know. ये तो मतलब बस वो हार्ट का जूस निकल रहा है, वो आंखों से आ रहा है बस. Somebody has crushed it. So, yeah, you see that crushing that happens is of me. मैंने कहा ना बेच दो. That I that crushed, it has no more space to be there. And all that it fills up is with the divine. So I'm moving to the next. Is it okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Aditi ji. Pradeep ji,
Narayana.
please. Yeah, thank you. Dubey ji, please unmute yourself.
प्रणाम गुरु जी.
प्रणाम दुबे जी. बहुत दिनों के बाद सवाल लेके आए हैं आप.
बहुत दिनों बाद आया हूँ गुरु जी. मुझे 4 साल हो गए आपके साथ और आपके बताए रास्ते पर चलने का मैंने पूरा प्रयास किया. जितने पहला मंत्र आपने रोम बताया था वो आज तक मैं चला रहा हूँ. 7 माला रोजाना करता हूँ. आपने कहा मंदिर जाते समय ईश्वर से आंख मिला के बात करें. मैं हमेशा आंख मिला के बात करता हूँ. ईश्वर से कुछ नहीं मांगता क्योंकि सब कुछ उन्हीं का है. कभी ये भी नहीं करता कि मैं ऐसा हो जाएगा तो ये करूंगा. नहीं, बहुत कुछ दिया. मेरी आवश्यकताओं से अधिक उन्होंने दिया और आपका आशीर्वाद हम पर हमेशा रहा. बस थोड़ी 2-3 कमियां हैं गुरु जी.
ओके.
पैसा मेरी आखिरी प्राथमिकता है. मुझे कुछ नहीं चाहिए. हर तरह से मैं सुखी हूं. बस परिस्थितियों बस कुछ कार्य अपने अनुसार नहीं हो पाते तो गुस्सा क्यों आता है. अपने मित्र रिश्तेदार कुछ ऐसा बोल देते हैं अपमानजनक, वो भूल क्यों नहीं पाते हम लोग. क्यों याद रहता. 2 घंटे आपके सामने यहाँ बैठते हैं. ये माइंड स्टेटस 24/7 क्यों नहीं रहता. ये मेरी जिज्ञासा है.
ओह वाओ. ओके. क्योंकि आपने हमको भी नशा बना रखा है. रोज पीते हो, रोज उतर जाती है. परमानेंट नशा नहीं बनाया आपने. तो एक बात समझने वाली बात यह है दुबे जी. It is for everyone in this room. When you sit here, when you are in front of me, you say like, I don't have any questions, I don't have any problems, I don't have. Why do you have taken me as a addict? See, instead of that, just see this beautiful thing. मैंने एक पुरानी कहानी बोली थी, मैं आपको फिर याद दिलाना चाहता हूँ दुबे जी. Is it okay to repeat a story?
जी गुरु.
एक बार आनंद, जो the Ananda, like the cousin of Gautam Buddha, he went to a village, right? And in that, it was scorching summer and he was thirsty and he went to a well. No one was around, but there was a girl. And that girl was untouchable. क्योंकि तब ये प्रथा बहुत ज्यादा थी, right? Untouchabilities. So when Ananda asked to give him water, the girl denied. He says, मैं नीच जाति की हूँ. I am of a lower caste. I cannot give you water.
Yeah.
Then Anand says, I didn't ask your caste. I asked water. मैंने तुमसे तुम्हारी जाति नहीं पूछी, मैंने तुमसे पानी मांगा है. So you just give me. That girl was very reluctant, but still somehow Ananda says you have to give. And finally, she does. But that moved the girl immensely. Why? Because since her childhood, everybody has kept her away, stating that you are untouchable. And this beautiful looking, because Ananda itself was a prince. By looking at the way he is and the way he spoke and the way he said, like, it's not about your caste. She was moved immensely and fell in love with him. And Ananda turned around and started walking back. And this girl followed. She was in such blinded love with him. He said, nothing doing, whatever happens to me, let it happen. But this is the first time somebody has respected me, because at times we don't need anything in our life but just a little bit of respect that we seek. It's nothing, it's not the money. And many people, they think like if they take something, a 50,000 worth sari or a 10 lakh rupee worth necklace to his wife, she will be more happy. No, I don't think so. All that she needs is just a little bit of respect. That's it, I believe. मेरे लिए उससे बड़ी चीज नहीं हो सकती, मुझे लगता है. Because I can say that, because if you give me a 10 lakh rupees, I will not be happy if you throw me on my face. कोई खुश होगा? आपके मुंह पे लाके 10 लाख रुपए मार के चला गया, बोला ये ले. तो फिर सुधा जी याद है ना, अमिताभ बच्चन का डायलॉग याद था, आज भी मैं फेंके हुए पैसे नहीं उठाता. So that's how it is. So you don't, in this world, you see, you don't need anything else. All that you are requiring is just a little bit of respect. A little bit of saying that it does not say like, I was talking to Hari Bhai a long time. I'm diverting, but I will come back, Dubey ji. But I think this is important here. Hari Bhai, you remember I said like why a wife gets so much of happiness when his husband, or let's say his boyfriend, says that मैं तेरे लिए चांद तारे तोड़ के ला सकता हूँ. This is the most common Hindi dialogue. Says, I can bring the star and moon for you. The girl knows that he cannot do that, but still she is happy. You know why? Because it is not about whether he can bring it or not. At least he's saying he will do that for me. वो लड़की मतलब मूर्ख नहीं है कि उसको वो कहता है चांद तारे ले लूंगा, इसको पता नहीं है कि चांद कितना बड़ा होता है, तारे कितने बड़े होते हैं. She knows all that, but it is just that little respect or that little caring that it is all about. और मुझे लगता है ये सारे घर में, जितने घर में भी झगड़े होते हैं, because of only these two things. People don't care, people don't respect. If these two things come into your life, you are ready to die for that person. Yes or no, you know it better. You will easily die for a person who respects you. And you will kill for that person who respects you. लेकिन घर वालों को छोड़ के हम बाकी सारे लोगों का रेस्पेक्ट करते हैं, क्योंकि हमें लगता है हमारे घर वालों को छोड़ के बाकी सब हमको रेस्पेक्ट करते हैं. Everybody respects us apart from my family, and I also think like I should respect everybody else, not my family. That's the problem. Chalo, coming back. So because the kind of respect that she got, she has never been given with that. She started walking behind Ananda. She followed Ananda, but she could not tell what she was feeling. Then she came to know about Gautam Buddha. She knew about Gautam Buddha. So she went to Gautam Buddha and said, "Hey Bhante, can you please keep me with you?" Gautam Buddha says, "Most welcome, but why do you want to stay?" He says, "Because that person who is walking, you see." He says, "Oh, Ananda." He says, "Yes. I have fallen in love with him." Gautam Buddha says, "But he's a sannyasi." "No, whatever it is, I just want to marry him." It's not possible because he has already taken sannyas, so it is not possible for him to get married. He said, "Okay, if I cannot get married also, just allow me to stay here and do his seva. That's it, is enough for me." Then Gautam Buddha asks, "What made you take this decision?" And she narrates the entire story. Like this is the way he... Then Gautam Buddha asked, "Did you really fall in love with Ananda or the quality that he has?" तू उसके गुण पे फिदा हो गई या आनंद के ऊपर? क्योंकि आनंद को तो तूने पहले देख लिया था, बट यू फेल इन लव विथ हिम बिकॉज ऑफ हिज क्वालिटी, नॉट बिकॉज द वे ही लुक्स। आजकल लोग उल्टा कर देते हैं, गुणों को नहीं देख पाते, जो दिखता है उसी को देख के बिक जाते हैं। प्रॉब्लम वहां आ जाता है। बट व्हाट डिड ही से? देन if you really loved his qualities, just think of this. If one person has that quality and you fall in love with him, what if you have all those qualities within you? Then what? जब उसके क्वालिटीज को देख के आपको इतना अच्छा लग रहा है, अगर वो सारे गुण तुम में उतर आए, तब कैसा होगा? The entire world will fall in love with you.
Yes.
So why are you just running behind one when you have the potential for the entire creation? So दुबे जी, कहने का तात्पर्य एक ही था, आप अगर मेरे सामने बैठ के आपको ऐसा लगता है कि आपको सब कुछ ठीक हो जाता है, if you feel like everything is happening good, that means I have certain qualities in me.
Yes.
Why don't you take those qualities? Why do you just wait that Ananda is the only person who can make me feel like that? Why don't you take those qualities within you? Then you see the same people, those who have hurt you, would run to touch your feet. And I'm going to give you a very, very bold statement, which sounds perfect in Hindi. So Shiva Guruji, I will try to translate that in English as well. And listen to this very carefully, क्योंकि it might shake you up again. जो आपको पूछते नहीं है, उनको पूजना बंद कर दो. Those who don't even think about you, stop worshipping them. You are worshipping them. कि उन्होंने मुझे ऐसा क्यों कहा, वो कह के चले गए, आप उनके ध्यान में हो, जिसके ध्यान में हो उसकी पूजा कर रहे हो. जो आपको पूछते भी नहीं है, उनको पूजना बंद कर दो. स्टॉप वर्शिपिंग देम. क्यों अपना समय व्यतीत कर रहे हो? This very moment, forgive them. छोड़ दो उसको. क्योंकि कमलेंद्र जी ने एक सुंदर कहानी भेजी थी ना, जीवन बहुत छोटा है. Life is very small. There are two people traveling, right? There was one lady sitting in the bus. Another young lady went and just kept a bag in such a way that she is hurt, and she did not reacted. And then this girl asked, didn't you feel offended? Didn't you feel bad? Why didn't you stop me? She said, what is there to be offended? What is there to be fighting with you? Why should I complain? Because I just will get down in the next stoppage. My journey is very small with you. तुम्हारे साथ मेरा रास्ता बहुत छोटा है. And in this expansion of eternity, the time that I have spent with these people is so small. But I have given them the pedestal of a God, and I spend the most precious time of mine thinking about them. क्या करना है? माफ कर दो, छोड़ दो. If that hurt, that guilt is still there, did you know what you did? You have accepted their qualities, not mine. आपने उनके गुणों को अपने अंदर उतार दिया, उस वजह से उनका दिया हुआ घाव अभी भी आपको तंग कर रहा है. मेरा दिया हुआ दवाई आपने नहीं लगाया. मेरे दिया हुआ दवाई अगर लगा देते थे तो वो अब तक हील हो गया होता था. You have accepted the pain, the scratch that they have given, not the medicine that I have. Is the healing powers. अगर आप मुझे पूछो कि मेरे क्वालिटीज कैसे लोगे, मैं वही पूछना चाहता हूं. उनके क्वालिटीज जैसे ले लिए, वैसे मेरे क्वालिटीज ले लो. रास्ता एक ही है. Either I can sit there and cry, or I can set them away free and smile happily. And you know, Pradeep ji, like, there is one more statement that goes like, when you release someone after a long holding, that day you will realize that it was no one else who got the freedom, it was you.
Yes.
Because in keeping them in captivity, you were sitting there as a gatekeeper. Makes sense?
बिल्कुल सही
उनको छोड़ दो, खुद मुक्त हो जाओ.
जी
कि मेरा समय का कीमत, the value of my time is so huge that I will not bargain it, not exchange it with anything else but the ultimate happiness that I am. Now tell me, what grudge, what pain, what have they done to you? Anyways, everything heals. Life will end. The speaker, the person who has said that will end, to whom it was sent will be ending. But me as the eternal one is beyond all this.
बिल्कुल सही है
So, घाव भर रहे?
यस गुरु जी, ये हमारा सौभाग्य है कि हम सब कुछ आपसे शेयर कर लेते हैं
ये हमारा सौभाग्य
और
है कि
हमें-
आप हमसे सब कुछ शेयर कर लेते हो. It's as simple as that.
जी
No, if you cannot become a friend, how can you become a guide?
yes,
That's as simple as that.
बिल्कुल गुरु जी,
और हमें यही रास्ता पता है.
बिल्कुल
और हमें जितना पता है उतना ही बता सकते हैं, और उतना
बिल्कुल
काफी
बिल्कुल
है.
इसी रास्ते पर चलूंगा गुरु जी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद
Thank you, Duveji. So now you should choose every moment whose qualities to take up.
यस
किसके रंग में रंगना चाहते हो वो खुद तय कर लेना.
Thank you, Duveji.
You do.
Soumyashri, please unmute yourself.
Namaste, Gurudev.
Namaskar.
And my name is Vilas, and I'm 17 years now.
Wow,
So,
a young chap out there. Good.
yeah. So I have a doubt regarding this Garuda Purana, Guruji.
Okay. Wow.
Like I've heard that few people saying there are no Swarga Narkas and all, and our Puranas say that they are really there. Like they have even given the measurements and all particularly.
Absolutely. Okay.
So what do you say about if they are there or no, or if they are in another sense or something like that?
Okay. So you just want to know my opinion?
Yes, sir.
About-
Like what's the real thing going on?
Okay. What is the real thing going on? Okay. So if you go by the Puranas, do you believe in the Puranas is the first question.
Yeah, I do.
So when you believe in the Puranas, whatever they say, it is true. That's it. It ends here only. But if you say, no, I don't believe that because I have not seen it.
Yeah.
Because I have not experienced that. That's why I have this question. If you ask this question, I can give you an answer. So which one?
Yes, Guruji. I have a doubt. Like in my experience, I have not experienced
It's
it.
really amazing to talk to you youngsters. And when you speak about Garuda Purana and you are speaking about the Puranas, that means you must have done your depth understanding about it. At least you must have read those or heard about those, right?
Yes.
So first and foremost thing, we are so happy to see you because you are here for the first time now.
Yeah, like generally my mother joins the call, and today she was like, "Yeah, question answer session," so I
Today
just
she
joined.
has- Okay, good. So nice to see you here. Good that you are going through that. What all have you studied in that? Just tell me, I will just answer your question. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I
Yeah,
just want to know you.
yeah. it was mentioned about Narakas. There are different type of Narakas, and there, there's a person who is just reading the names and what he has done, and there is another person who is just watching and like telling the people what to do and what not to do and all. So then they go to their particular places to get that thing done.
Okay. So I just got, what's your name? Can you please tell me again?
Chidvilas Guruji, Chidvilas.
Can you just change that name there?
Type my name.
Yeah. So that,
Yeah.
okay. So what do people call you, Chid or Vilash?
Chidvilas Guruji, anything like.
So you don't have a nickname?
No, like people like nickname, they call me Chidvi.
Okay, so I will go with Chidvilas then. What is the meaning of that?
There are so many meanings. Like one of the meaning is smile of Balaji, like Tirumala Balaji. Smile. Everything comes to smile.
Wow, that's a beautiful one. Okay, so coming to your question. Now, Chidvilas, like when you asked me about, like, there are certain things mentioned in the Garuda Purana, and there are even the measurements, the dimensions, and even how much time and space you need to go reach those space. Everything is mentioned there, right? So the question is it really in that way it is? Now, the very simple answer to that would be, when we talk about the 84 lakhs, 84 lakh janam, like the birth that we speak of, what do you mean? All that thing that is happening right now, even in this world, we are not talking about any other aspect of the world. Let us talk, because you asked me, because you have not experienced that. That's why the question is, it is not that you disbelieve what is written, but the only thing is, how will you keep a point and say, no, it is? That's the only thing. That's the question is, right? So now, when we are talking about 84 lakh janmas, do you believe that?
Yes, Guruji. Maybe we have summed up all those to come to this stage.
Okay, so that means even if I say whether I believe it or not that I have gone through all that stages, but I see a variety of animals, insects, and all the stuff that's out there in the world.
Yes, Guruji.
And that's what the Puranas speak of, like all these are the things that you have gone through and have come to this space.
Yes,
right?
Guruji.
Okay. So when I see certain animals, and if you have read the Padma, like this Purana, in that there is a mention of particular kind of Narkas and particular kind of Swargas.
Yes,
So
Guruji.
can you tell a little bit about that, so that I can give you a particular example of what you have heard or learned? What kind of turmoils do they give to them?
One of them is they just take the person through a blades-like field. Like it's called Atasi Patravanam, I guess.
Yeah. So when I didn't knew much about that, but then I saw the movie Aparichitudu. And then he gave all the kinds of torture to people by reading all those things, right? If I'm not wrong in that space.
Yes.
Now understand this. So the kind of things that are mentioned there, can you literally see certain kind of animals going through that in this world? Let's say you said like, let me give you what I remember. Like certain places it says they will put you into hot oil, boil, right? Are you a vegetarian?
I'm non-vegetarian.
Non-vegetarian. Have you ever seen while people cook crabs? You know how crabs are killed? So let me tell you that. They boil water and put crabs into that and close the lid.
Okay. Yeah.
What is that? प्रीति जी के तो पूरे बोले भगवान भगवान भगवान. And that's how they do it. Okay, so can you see, one way you said like there is a space where people are put into boiling water or boiling oil and they get that torture of that hell. Now, let's say you have ever been a crab.
Yes,
And I,
Guruji.
as a person who eats crab, I feel like, okay, put him into that water.
Yes, Guruji.
It must have happened now, because you said, like, when I look at all this 84 lakhs of Janam, it's the accumulation. I slowly evolved from that small little thing to this thing. And now when I am as a human, I'm at least able to contemplate that all these things are possible. A dog cannot think that.
Yes, Guruji.
So the possibility is only with the humans, because they can actually think on all these things. उनके पास इतनी क्षमता है, उतनी बुद्धि है कि they can think on all these things. That's why that is the most important thing about humans. Now, if it is a crab, you have gone through one kind of hell, yes or no?
Yes, Guruji.
Now you go to a chicken shop. Blades?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you have you ever traveled to Malaysia, China, any side of that Eastern Asian countries?
No, Guruji, I have traveled like in India itself.
So in India itself, but I traveled. I had to travel to Malaysia once, and I went to their market where they sell animals.
Yeah.
So ever if you thought of like, where is Narka? Because anything that flies, crawls, walks, runs, swims, they eat.
Yes,
मुझे एक समय के लिए चिदविलास, I thought like, is this that place that has been mentioned? And literally wherever I eat, I used to ask them, is it pak pak or bhau bhau? That means I'm literally asking whether is it a dog or a hen or a vegetarian food. Can you see, even if we cannot go to that extent of seeing the picture, the bigger image that has been mentioned in our Puranas and the Vedas, still the same kind of things are depicted in a minute space.
Yes.
We are experiencing that small little hell because of the constrained mind. And if we have gone to hellish spaces, matlab apne aap ko itna gira diya, like we fell into such places, then we will have a greater turmoil as well. Because we should not be waiting for a hell to see and experience that the hell exists, because it is existing right now in front of me. That means there is a possibility I'm only able to experience this because of the conditioning of my mind, because of the way I am. That means if I evolve myself to a higher realm, I can not only see that, I can again cross over that. So my entire work, Chidvilas, as a person here sitting and talking to you, my entire work is not to make you go through and experience hell, but to how to escape that. Rather than escaping that, how to overcome that, how to jump over it. So if you really ask me whether there hell is there or not, I have visited many places where it is. And there is a beautiful story that I can tell you. There was a very ruthless captain, and he was invading different countries. And while invading different countries, he finally went to a space where there was a monk. And the monk, he asked, he said, do you believe that there is a heaven and a hell? The monk laughed. He says, why are you laughing? He did not say anything. Stay here. I will show you what hell is. And he just pulled out his sword. That very moment, the monk laughed louder. And this person said, this captain says, you are laughing. You don't know you are near your death. And that very moment he said, this is hell. The moment you are so furious that you are ready to kill someone, that's hell. And that very moment he stopped to think, and he put his sword back. He said, "This is heaven." Means when you are irritated, agitated, angry, you are in hell. When you're happy, you are silent, you are still, you are in heaven. And I can say one thing, there is only one ladder. All depends is where you have kept it, to which side. It's the same ladder. And more than that, as a youngster, you should always remember one thing. You should pass it on to your friends if possible, because many people won't accept that.
Yes,
You must be having a tough time. But abhi kahan se ye kahan baba ban gaya tu? That's okay. That's not a big deal. Only thing that you should remember is the day you stop creating hell within yourself, heaven is already there. And the way you speak, Rajanji, when this boy is speaking, just by the way he speaks, can't we make out the kind of thing that he has within him? It's very prominent. It's visual. So, Chidvilas, I can just say one thing. You just continue your quest. And in whichever way you have any kind of question, come back. I will be more than happy to answer. And I believe, like, whatever it is mentioned in the Puranas, it cannot be wrong because of the mathematical calculations that have been given. And I can say even science cannot deny that mathematical calculations are wrong. It cannot deny.
Yes.
Because it is based, its creation is entirely on arithmetic only. Without maths, there is no science.
Yes.
And the entire work of science is based on maths only. So when these people have given you mathematical calculations, that itself says that even science cannot deny it. So when the atheist cannot deny that, the theist, they have to agree. Because anyway, we don't question God. We believe whatever you have created, you must have created the best for me.
Yes, sir.
So, any other questions?
No, Guruji.
So thank you, Chidvila. So I will be seeing you more often, I believe. So
Yes,
come up with
Guruji.
your questions, okay? So thank you so much for bringing that up.
Yes, Guruji.
Thank you, Chidvilas.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you.
Deepika ji, please unmute yourself.
Pranam Mahadev.
Pranam.
Mahadev, actually, if we have to travel, can we just leave the Shivlinga like that? Or do I have to put it in a bowl of water? Someone was suggesting me to do that. So I just want to clarify with you.
नहीं, मैं वो नहीं करूंगा. मैं जा रहा हूँ बाहर तो मैं शिव को डुबा के नहीं जा सकता. You just do one thing. You just
That's
simply
what I was feeling. So, okay, Mahadev.
No problem with that. Even if you put that also, there's no problem. But don't do that. It's not required.
Okay.
Just the thing you have to do now is you just fold your hand in front of him, pray that I am not in the home for the next few days. I will not be putting water on you, but it is your responsibility to take care of my home.
Okay, Mahadev. Okay.
Take care of the entire world. अगर इससे और ज्यादा जानना है तो सुधा जी को पूछ लेना. वो रेगुलर यही सब कुछ करते हैं.
Mahadev, actually, even I believe whatever I have strongly in my heart, if I do that, it should be good. That's what I used to believe. But after knowing few things and when we know the circumstances of not doing something, then the fear creeps in. I never had this kind of problem, but now everything started.
So the very simple thing is, the one who takes care of the entire creation, can't he take care of himself for a few days?
Yes, Mahadev.
So who are we? उसने हमें एक मौका दिया. He has just given us an opportunity, and it's like our emotions through which, it's not pouring of water, it is emotions flowing to it.
Yes.
It's our gratitude towards it. ये हमारा उसको एक मतलब उसके प्रति कृतज्ञता जताने का एक way. It's just a way. That's it. कि you have done so much for us. Like, can't I do this much for you? That's the only thing. Okay, so शिव गुस्सा नहीं होंगे. Don't worry. Yeah.
I mean, I never have the doubt that he'll be furious with me or whatever, but I shouldn't be on the wrong side. So that's the only thing
It is good.
I
So
always.
it's absolutely fine. So all that you do
Okay,
is
ma'am.
you just tell him this. Go and
Hmm.
whisper in his ears. Says, you have created an opportunity for me to go out of states. Make sure it's a good one. And in the meantime, make sure you have gained some weight.
Actually, I want him to come with me. I don't know if he will.
Ask him to take you.
That that must be a good one, Mahadev. Yes, maybe the right way to ask him. Yeah, I will do that, Mahadev.
So it is not you going anywhere. Just ask like, wherever I go, I just see you. You must have seen like Dhabalji has shared 2 days ago, right? He was going at 4 a.m. and he was thinking like, how can I have a darshan of Shiva?
Yes.
Suddenly what he sees.
Yes.
See,
He got a glimpse.
I can only say, Deepikaji, one thing. It is more eager than us to meet us.
Okay.
तो हमारी मूर्खता है कि हम बस डिस्टेंस बना लेते हैं. So don't worry, if you are traveling also not an issue.
Okay, Mahadev.
So, or a statement is always there. Akale niyama nasti means if there is something, it is inevitable. If it is happening, all the rules are devoid. It stays nullified.
Okay.
So it does not happen anything. All that you do is out of your love and affection towards it. You might be thinking, अरे यार मैं इतना दिन जा रही हूँ, तेरी पूजा कौन करे? इसको बोल देना मैं नहीं हूं तो भी तू अपना संभाल ले. कितना दिन मैं यहाँ रहूंगी?
Okay.
That's the kind of relationship you should be having with that deity. You don't think twice even to talk to him about any damn thing in this world. You just speak the way you are. He's the best of the friends. क्या आप बोलोगे कि मेरा दोस्त मैं तुझे पानी नहीं पिला सकता इसलिए पानी में तेरे को डुबा के जाऊंगा कुछ दिन मेरे आने तक तो दूर कर रहा है?
No, Mahadev, no.
So because no, I don't say that is wrong. There are certain places where it is mentioned that शिव को जल गगरी में डाल देते, like for certain play times they put it into that. But in this case it is not required that much. Okay. So you can go happily and go with a smiley face and come back with a smile that he is happy that he has sent you on a good tour.
Okay, Mahadev. Sure, Mahadev. Thank you. And I have one more question, Mahadev.
Yes.
Like whenever I don't know, this often happens only when I'm in the car traveling outside, when I'm looking out, or when I am driving, especially. At times I just get startled that, oh my God, I have been thinking. I mean, there will be a conversation that continually goes on when I'm especially driving. I don't know, because that is the time maybe I'm like very much concentrated on one particular thing. Is it that reason or what? I don't know. But there starts a conversation within my heart. Something, I don't know. It feels like if you are talking to me, some conversation starts. And when the session starts, you would be absolutely saying those things in the session. Few of them, they have happened just like the last Sunday session. The moment you started saying, never compare yourself with anyone. Your journey is unique and you are never supposed to compare yourself with anyone. So that was the actual conversation that was going on within me a couple of hours before, like 4 to 5 hours before. I was wondering, what is this? All of a sudden, why is all this coming up? But then I thought, okay, maybe this is a lesson for me that I have to take with me throughout. But then again, when the session started, you started saying the same thing. So sometimes that conversation is so intense that I really forget that I had to take a right turn over there, and I just cross over, and then I realize, okay, then I have to go back. So why is that so? Like only certain times or especially while taking bath, some topics come in. And it feels so real and so close, and it feels like if they are the facts of this nature.
That is so amazing spaces, right? That's why मुझे लगा था, like, again a funny thing, don't take it seriously, okay?
Okay, Mahadev.
वॉशरूम को हम शांति निकेतन कहते हैं. Shiva Guruji, we call the washroom as a Shanti Niketan, means it's a place of happiness, because that is the only place no one disturbs you, except if you have taken your phone inside. तो शांति निकेतन में कोई आपको परेशान नहीं करता, आप आराम से बैठे हो. You are just there, you have enough time to think.
It feels like it doesn't even feel like I am thinking something. It feels like someone has started a conversation with me, literally.
Yes, absolutely.
So,
That is the way it happens, Deepika ji, because that's how I came up that book, right? The Encounters
yes,
with the...
yes.
That exactly was a similar kind of thing that happened. It started speaking. So it is nothing wrong in that. It is a space where might be I'm able to connect to a certain space where these conversations are happening. Literally, you just become a third person there, as if two people are conversing and you are just listening to them. Because the response is also there, the answers are also there, but you are just able to see both.
Yes, I'm just witnessing something, yes.
So can you see why this happens? This is happening because you have become the witness of it. जब आप वो साक्षी भाव में आ जाते हो, तब ये सारे चीजें आपके सामने घटित होने लगती है. The people say, no, you develop a sixth sense and you can see the future and all this thing. What does that mean? It just means the very simple thing. When you are just there and you just become the witness of everything happening, you just try this. You will be amazed by that. Everyone can try that. You just sit there and just look at a plain wall. कोई किताब देखने की जरूरत नहीं, कोई मूर्ति देखने की जरूरत नहीं, nothing. Just look at a plain wall and just sit there silently. You will be amazed because a conversation will begin. So who is talking with whom? Then the reality will pop in. Reality means whether it is just a mental construct or really it is a voice that is speaking within me. If you have prepared yourself, means agar aapne sadhana kar rakhi hai, if you have been doing with your processes, if you have been continuously doing whatever has been taught to you, if you have been practicing all these things, what will happen is that is the moment when the divine will find a space to speak.
Oh, okay.
Because I have prepared the ground in such a way that whatever appears on this sky is all divine. मैंने अपने अंदर एक ऐसा आसमान बना दिया है जिसमें सिर्फ और सिर्फ भगवत रूपी तारे चमकते हैं. So that's how it will become, like all the thoughts that will come up. You will realize, because one thing that will come to you is because certain words will be used in that conversation that is not in your vocabulary.
Yes, Mahadev, this is what I was actually talking to Vaniji, and I was telling her, I feel like I have never heard these things, but I'm speaking
so that
my husband and some other people when I'm talking.
That is where it becomes very clear that it is not my mental construct, because these are not my words.
Yes, absolutely not my words.
That means there is something, a higher space, which I like just connecting, might be accidentally. What if I connect with it absolutely with consciousness? That would be magic.
Yes,
I believe you should experience all that. So, Deepika ji, nothing wrong.
Mahadev.
You enjoy your divine conversations as I have my encounters with Supreme.
Yes, Mahadev.
Rather, if something really amazing comes up, start writing that. Might be you will print another one.
Whatever you make us do, I don't know.
So that's the way it is. So if those things are happening, it's good. And the most amazing thing, Deepika ji, so many people are smiling about that the moment you said it. You know why?
It happens to them too.
Because all of them have somehow or other said the same thing to me.
Okay. No.
How can it sync so well? How can exactly the same thing what they have spoken last night or 2 hours earlier, I'm speaking the same thing? I just answer them one way. I say, you are thinking too loud. I can hear that. But at the same time, it's not about like whether he speaks about it or not. All that is, am I getting my answers in that? Is it easing me off? Is it taking me nearer to my own space where I am truly? If all these things are being answered through those discussions, through these questionnaires, it cannot be a mental construct, because the permanent work of your mind is to keep you entangled in this game. And the thought that are taking you away from this game cannot be the mind.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes, Mahadev.
Check them very carefully. Become the witness of that and see whether it is pulling you into the Maya or it is carrying you away from it. You'll be able to identify that very easily. And then you will realize whether these are true mental constructs or true divine conversations.
Yes, Mahadev. Yes.
But it is good. So, but what will happen now, you know, Deepika ji? You will now think, kab aayega, kab aayega, kab aayega, kab aayega. Jab
No,
aayega,
Mahadev.
that moment it will never happen.
No, Mahadev. I don't have any
So just be
expectation.
as you have been. जैसे हो वैसे ही रहो. कुछ बदलने की जरूरत नहीं है.
Okay,
Let it happen.
Mahadev.
If somebody has chosen you to speak, that means he has already chosen you. Let him speak.
I don't have to do anything.
वो बड़ा बिजी है, मुझे ऐसा ही लगता है. He is very busy. So जब उसको टाइम होगा वो बात करेगा. मैं तो फ्री बैठा हूँ उसके लिए.
Okay, Mahadev. Yes. Okay.
So there is no fight.
No. Because this used to happen in the beginning, then again it stopped, now again it started. So I have nothing to do with it.
मैंने कहा ना, मैं खाली बैठा हूँ, उसको जब समय हो बात कर लेगा. Keep a permanent letter to him. He said, I am always free for you. Whenever you feel like talking to me, talk. Whenever you feel like dancing, dance. Whenever you feel like crying, cry. Whenever you feel like singing, sing. Whenever you feel like writing, write. I don't have anything to do. मैं खाली बैठा हूं सिर्फ और सिर्फ तुम्हारे लिए. That's it. अब जो कराना है करा लो. Either you give time to your mind or you give time to the divine. So your choice. Okay, Deepika ji.
Okay, Mahadev. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mahadev. Thank you,
So
Hari
go
Anna.
enjoy your trip as well as the conversations.
Yes, Mahadev.
Revati
Thank
ji,
you.
please. Revati ji, please.
Thank you.
Mahadev.
No,
I'm
no
very,
questions, right?
very small something I have to say. No question.
अच्छा है, चलो पूछ लो फिर.
So Dubeji said that, you had guided everybody to look into God's eyes and talk. So I have one small question. I believe it seems you should not look into Shani Dev's eyes. Is it true?
देखो, वो कहते हैं ना कि नजर सबसे मिलाओ, बुरे लोगों से क्यों। नो, इट्स नॉट दैट। देखो, शनि की दृष्टि खराब नहीं होती, शनि की वक्र दृष्टि खराब होती है।
What is Vakra?
वक्र दृष्टि नहीं जानते? आप देखे होंगे, आपको भी पता है और आपने कभी किया भी होगा, यू मस्ट हैव डन इट। वक्र दृष्टि किसे कहते जानते हो ना? आप ऐसे जाते हो, सामने से लोगों को देखते हो, फिर ऐसे करके देखते हो, बड़ा आया, वो वक्र दृष्टि है। लुकिंग थ्रू द कॉर्नर ऑफ योर आईज।
Okay.
सो शनि को इसीलिए जहां पे भी मंदिर है, जनरली यू लुक डायरेक्टली इनटू द आईज, सो इट
You
इज
don't
लुकिंग स्ट्रेट। द
look on.
if you are looking it from some other angle, like from a corner,
Not
don't
really.
look into his eyes.
Okay. So Sam,
Because
you look straight.
straight, if you are standing straight, there is no problem. उसके सीधे आंखों में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, वक्र दृष्टि में ही प्रॉब्लम है।
Okay. Okay. So left right से नहीं करना चाहिए, सीधा करना चाहिए. Okay. Okay. That's
तो
all.
बेचारे शनि देव को क्या परेशान करके रखे हैं। He is actually a tough teacher, but people, like people like pampering, so they don't like tough teachers.
Yeah, because they always say on Saturdays when I go there, they say नहीं आंखों में मत देखना. So I said how to do, I don't know. आंखों में मत देखो, आंख बंद करके कैसे करूं? I don't know what to do. So thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Revati ji.
Thank you, Revati ji.
Okay, so it is already time, but I think like, is Shakshi around? You just see she raised a hand in the starting and she vanished somewhere. I don't think she
Yeah,
is.
Sakshi is there. Sakshi,
But
please unmute yourself.
if the question is small, we'll take up, or else she has to wait for the next week then.
I believe Aditi ji has posed the same question.
Aditi ji posted the same question. Okay, very good. Thank you.
It was in continuation with all the questions.
Oh, thank you, Aditi ji. आपने मेरा समय और अरे सुधा जी आ गए, सुधा जी आ गए, सुधा जी, आभा जी, सुधा दीदी आ गए आपके।
प्रणाम गुरुदेव।
प्रणाम सुधा जी।
वो एक छोटा सा क्वेश्चन तो नहीं है, मैं कुछ जानना चाहती हूँ, जब हम मानसिक जाप करते हैं उससे भी एनर्जी क्रिएट होती है कि नहीं?
क्यों नहीं होगा?
लेकिन मानसिक जाप तो ऑटोमेटिकली चल रहा है।
So it is creating its own energy. So why?
हमें ये कैसे पता लगे कि ये इतनी एनर्जी हमारी बॉडी एब्जॉर्ब नहीं कर पा रही, हमें कहाँ पे ब्रेक लगाना चाहिए, कैसे करना चाहिए, हम कैसे जज करें?
Okay, it's again a very simple thing. मुझे पता चल जाता है कि इसके बाद माला फेरे तो मेरा हाथ अटक जाएगा।
ठीक है।
I am not able to see. देखिए,
हाँ,
हमको एक चीज समझने वाली है। We, especially when we go or grow into a particular age when the body is not doing it in the way we want, हमारा शरीर हमारा साथ देना छोड़ देता है।
हाँ जी।
तब हमें ये सवाल आने लगता है कि अब क्या, जबकि इसी समय पे सबसे ज्यादा जरूरत है, तभी नहीं कर पा रही हूं, तो मेरा क्या होगा? What will happen to me? Because it is the most important time I should be going through all this thing, and now is the time I'm not able to do it. Right? But in this case, if the body is breaking, Haribhai remembers this statement forever. Allow the body to fall, but your soul should rise. मैंने जब लास्ट संडे जब कहानी बोली थी, grow gracefully, fall gracefully, but when you fall into the heart of the divine. So अब जब मेरे से माला नहीं हो पाती, मेरे से जाप नहीं हो पाते, मेरे से पूजा नहीं हो पाती, मैं अभी का समय, this moment, I will not waste thinking that मेरे से नहीं हो रहा है, because that is also I'm wasting. So what to do? भाई तुझे पता होगा मैंने आज तक किया क्या है जो आज कर रहा हूं। तूने करवाना था, तूने करवा दिया. All that you had to do, you made it do it. नहीं करवाना है, I think you have already been happy with me. You don't want me to do any more. अब शायद बोनस पाने का समय आ गया है. माला जपू ना कर जपू, मुख से कहूं ना राम. राम हमारा हमें जपे, हम पायो विश्राम. मतलब you know that when this life extends to a certain level, तब मेरे से कोई माला ना होगी, ना कोई जाप होगा. I cannot do the mala, I cannot do the puja, I cannot do the jap. माला जपू ना कर जपू, मुख से कहूं ना राम. Even I might not be able to utter that word Ram. राम हमारा हमें जपे, हम पायो विश्राम means the breath that is coming, it will take the name of Ram. And the moment it leaves me, I will be at rest forever. माला ना कर जपू. बोलिए.
एक छोटी सी बात और पूछना चाहती हूँ. जैसे आपने बताया था कि शिव की मूर्ति के सामने खड़े हो जाओ,
ओके,
उनकी थर्ड आई पे फोकस करो.
ओके.
अगर थर्ड आई पे इस तरह से फोकस होने लगे कि वहां से आपका न तो आपको पलकें झपकाने को मन कर रहा है, ना आपका वहां से हटने को मन कर रहा है, आप 5 माला 6 माला 10 माला जो भी करते जा रहे होते जा रहे हैं, तो वो उसकी मर्जी है, हमारी मर्जी तो नहीं है. तभी तो होते जा रहे हैं. फिर उसमें अगर इतनी हमारे अंदर ऐसी एनर्जी आ रही कि हमारी आंखें दर्द कर रही हैं या कुछ कर रही हैं, तो हमें क्या वहां ब्रेक लगाना चाहिए कि हमें क्या करना चाहिए? मेरा मतलब ये है उस टाइम.
वेरी सिंपल, उसी को पूछ लो.
हम उसी को तो पूछ रहे हैं.
देखो,
गुरुदेव उसी को पूछ रहे हैं.
अच्छा, उसी को पूछो तो वो आंसर दे देगा. सुनो.
हाँ.
You remember that one thing I said long back. एक बात मैंने कहा था कि एक बच्चा सोने जा रहा है. A child is going to sleep and ask, "Mom, wake me up when I am hungry." जब मुझे भूख लगे तुम उठा लेना. मम्मी क्या बोलती है? मम्मी से डोंट वरी बेटा, I don't have to wake you up. Your hunger will wake you up. तुम्हारी भूख ही तुम्हें जगा देगी, मुझे जगाने की जरूरत नहीं है. Similarly, the moment I feel that I will get it, I will take it as not an indication from the body, but the indication from the person, the deity in front of me. कि वो चाहता है कि मैं अपने आंखें बंद कर लूं, वो चाहता है कि मैं यहीं पे बस करूं. I stop here. I will not fight. Remember the fish. I will not get angry. I am not able to do it. I will just be happy because जितना करवा लिया बहुत करवा लिया, लेकिन शायद इतना ही काफी था.
गुरुदेव वो बताइए, न तो हम अपने मन से आंखें खोल के वो मेडिटेशन कर सकते हैं. हाँ, मर्जी तो उसी की है. तो जैसे आपने कहा कि आंखें बंद करके ये सोचो कि वो अब बस करना चाहता है, यही तो आपने कहा.
बस अब अगर मैं कुछ करते करते मेरी आंखें दुखने लगी हैं, तो क्या shall I continue doing that in pain? No.
नहीं, मेरा क्वेश्चन ये नहीं है.
Okay.
मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है ना, हम तो ना आंखें खोल के कर सकते हैं ना बंद करके, लेकिन अगर वो आंखें हमारी बंद ही नहीं हो रही हैं, हम खड़े हुए वहां, तो ये उसकी मर्जी है. अगर आंखें दुख रही हैं तो हम उसको बंद कैसे करें जब बंद नहीं हो रही हैं? तो आप बताइए. वो क्वेश्चन है मेरा.
ये स्थिति जो है ना सुधा जी, दिस इज द मोस्ट डेंजरस प्लेस. यू नो व्हाई? इसे कहते हैं कि मतलब सुध बुध खो जाना. There is nothing of you left. You are having no control over yourself. वो पेन हो रहा है, दुख रहा है, क्या हो रहा है, बट आई एम जस्ट देयर. अब ये बताऊंगा नहीं तो लोग जाके हमेशा उधर ही खड़े रहेंगे फिर. So, see, आपको कैसा लगता है? I'll just give you one example and you will understand that. आपको कैसा लगता है कि मीराबाई कैसे कृष्ण के अंदर चली गई होंगी? How is it possible for मीराबाई to enter into Krishna?
मीराबाई का तो कोई कंपैरिजन है ही नहीं, वो तो इतनी ज्यादा खो गई थी उसमें, उनको तो हर चीज में कृष्ण ही दिखते थे।
खो
एक
जाने
तरह
का
से
मतलब क्या होता है?
एक तरह से
What is the definition of getting lost in it?
वो कृष्णमय हो गई थी, मतलब कृष्ण ही बन गई थी, जहां तक मेरा सोचने का ढंग है ना।
तो
उनमें और कृष्ण
जब आप उस शिव के आंखों के अंदर देखते हो, when you are looking at the eyes of the Shiva, and in that moment you don't have any control over yourself anymore, what have you become? हर हर महादेव।
हर हर महादेव। गुरुदेव, एक छोटा सा क्वेश्चन और है, वैसे काफी टाइम हो गया, लेकिन इसका आंसर भी आप 2 शब्दों में ही दे देंगे, मुझे पता है। जैसे आपने एक बार कहा था कि राम सबरी के पास कुछ क्षण के लिए गए थे, ठीक है, और उसका उद्धार हो गया, मतलब उसको ज्ञान इतना हो गया, सब कुछ हो गया, वो उसके पास ना उसके साथ रहे थे ना उसके साथ बैठे थे। तो जो वो क्षण होता है ना, वो क्षण किसकी जिंदगी में कैसे आता है?
वो क्षण आप चाहो ना चाहो तो आ ही जाता है। देखिए, कैसे बताएं, इतने सारे एग्जाम्पल्स तो दे रखे हैं उसने। किस किस के जीवन में राम आए, एक बार देख लो, आपको उसका उत्तर मिल जाएगा। यू विल कम टू नो द आंसर, बिकॉज इफ यू नो रामायण, all the people that he has visited, you know all the things that they have done. तो एक बार सोचो, आप कौन से मार्ग में उसको पाना चाहते हो? आप पत्थर बन के पड़े रहो तब भी आएगा। आप उसके दासी बन के रोज सेवा करने के लिए सोचो तब भी आएगा। आप हनुमान बन के उसका सहायता करना चाहो तब भी आएगा।
मुझे जैसा
हाँ बोलिए।
मुझे जो फील होता है, मुझे लगता है वो आके चला जाता है और ना मुझे वो ज्ञान नहीं प्राप्त हो पाता है। मुझे ऐसा लगता है।
चलो, so you have burnt your late night oil so long, so let me give you a very amazing secret. तो शायद आज तक आप जानते नहीं थे या जान नहीं पाते थे। The meaning, the word Rama. लोग अक्सर ये सोचते हैं कि, और कई जगह पे ये वर्णित है कि शिवा, when he closes his eyes, he is thinking about Ram, which is true to certain extent, to one realm. You know why I'm talking about one realm? Because last Sunday when we differentiated the realms, you came to know that in one particular form he is in the human form, so he's thinking about the greatest human that walk on the planet. वो उसके बारे में सोच रहा है, इसलिए एक जगह पे सही है कि वो राम के बारे में चिंतन कर रहे हैं। बट इट इज नॉट जस्ट दैट वर्ड राम। क्यों कहा जाता है कि राम से बड़ा उसका नाम है? हैव यू एवर थॉट ऑन दैट? जब आप राम शब्द यूज करते हो, रा और म, इन संस्कृत एवरी सिंगल वर्ड कैन बी ए सेंटेंस। हर एक अल्फाबेट का एक मीनिंग होता है। हमारे संस्कृत के रूढ़िबंध में एक ऐसी स्थिति है, एक अल्फाबेट इज इक्विवेलेंट टू ए स्टेटमेंट बिकॉज इट हैज द ग्रेट मीनिंग टू दैट। तो अगर आप राम कहते हो, राम, रा मीन्स लाइट, राइट? द सेकेंड थिंग इज Ra means fire. So they have, in order to understand that, they says Ra, if there is fire, there is light. So the light, Ma, means the darkness within me. So igniting the light within me is Ram. It is one way, but I'm not talking about that. I'm going to give you much beyond that. जो आपके मनस्थिति को बदल सकता है. Especially down south, they don't call it Ram. This is Rama. It's not Ram. When they come down south, they call as Rama. If you go to north, they say Krishna. When you come down, they say Krishna. They seem to say that because of the effect of the language, these things have changed. But there is a meaning behind that we are yet to discover. The word Ra and Ma, if you understand this in a very other way that I'm going to tell you now. Ra means fire. Fire means end, destruction, burning down. Understand that? Fire का काम क्या है? वो जला देता है, राख कर देता है सब कुछ. Does it indicates end? Fire indicates end or not? किसी चीज को मैं आग लगा दूं, क्या करेगा आग? उसको जला के राख कर देगा. It will make it into dust. तो क्या हो गया पहला शब्द? Ra. The second word is Ma. Ma means mother. माता. माता का काम क्या है? Progeny means creation. So one is Ra is destruction, Ma is creation. What it is saying is Ram, Naam, Satya hai. Creation and destruction is truth. That is Rama. Can you see in that one single word, the destruction and creation is said in one go. So when a body is being taken to the cremation grounds, वो कहते हैं कि राम नाम सत्य है. Means coming and going is the truth until you realize that you are beyond it. ये नहीं कहते राम सत्य है, कहते राम नाम सत्य है. क्योंकि राम का नाम सत्य है तो राम भी सत्य ही है. But what is the meaning that? So it is not because of the influence of language it has changed. No. If you look at the language of the down south, they are more related to Sanskrit. That's why they call it as Rama. So did you understand? अब सुधा जी समझ में आया राम का नाम का मतलब और क्यों कहा जाता है राम नाम सत्य है? Because destruction and creation are the part of it. और साथ ही साथ क्योंकि ये इन्हें जलाने लेके जा रहे हैं इसीलिए कहते हैं रा, death, destruction. Ma, you will again take birth. That is the truth. You think you have ended here, you will begin again somewhere. That is the truth. इसीलिए कहते हैं राम नाम सत्य है. Okay? So thank you Sudha ji.
Thank you Gurudev.
क्यों राम को मानते हैं इतना? क्योंकि वो भी वही कहता है कि destruction and creation is a continuous process.
Thank you.
Then what about Krishna? Wait for some other day. So thank you for your beautiful questions actually. So we enjoyed the entire session today. So looking forward to more and see you all again on Sunday, and till that time श्रावण के महीने का आनंद लिया जाए. So you enjoy, especially I don't know, like Preeti ji, they are complaining it's too hot out there in Texas. बोले आप लोग सावन का एंजॉय करो, हमारे पास धूप ज्यादा हो रही है. मैं बोला कितने दिन नारायण रहेंगे, उसके बाद शिव को आना ही है. So thank you all for your time, for your being here, and thank you for all your beautiful questions. So I look forward to coming again and bringing some amazing things again. So till then, thank you so much. Aham Brahmasmi. Har Har Mahadev.